G'day guys and welcome. My name is Michael, I'm the D&D Gamer, and welcome to our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, Curse of Strahd. Today we are joined by these Patreons who come to help support the channel and let us do these cool and awesome shows. G'day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. How are we all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
It's been amazing. I am sorry we didn't get to play last week. I was down with a cold. That's right. They still happen in the world of COVID. You can just get a regular old-fashioned smelly cold. And the doctors look out and go, "Ugh, if it's not COVID-19, I did not want to hear from you. Get away from me, you ugly peasant. Go take a tablet and drink some soup."
Why are you even here?
No, my doctor didn't do that, but you know. Anyway, so yes, I'm super keen to be back here. Getting to play back in Ravenloft. Now, because we are a little bit behind, let's zoom through our intros here, starting, of course, with none other than our friend Kyle, who is in the role of Argento for some reason. All right. Everybody do the dag shuffle. Dag shuffle, dag shuffle. Nobody knows what just happened. Dag shuffle. Yeah. Okay. Starting us off is Charles from Iron Ghost Gaming, playing the role of Argento. Argento is the wayward, strong-muscled, and powerfully willed dragonborn from the Silver Dragon Paladin Order, whose family was slain by Strahd and turned into vats of wine. Vowing a oath of vengeance, he comes to slay Strahd once and for all and avenge his fallen comrades. Whether it is his hand that personally does it, or if it's the order in which he serves, he is a valiant and stalwart defender against the dark here in Barovia. Having acquired now the skull of Argynvost, his forebearer, he now seeks to return the skull to Argynvostholt, the resting place of the rest of the body of a dragon who had fought against Strahd so valiantly many years ago. Next on our list is none other than Ipselis, played by our dear friend Charles from Play Nerd Ally. Kyle, god damn it. It's the swip that
Oh, it's the swap, yeah.
I'm Kyle.
So you don't want me to sing, you don't know my name. What's happening here?
We have the devourer of fruits on the top.
Look, all you bearded people look alike to me. So
Don't worry, I'll be 10 today.
all right, so Kyle, our dear friend from Play Nerd Allies, plays the incredibly delightfully wicked, should I say, Ipselis, formerly a systemic hybrid raised and tortured by the evil Nafrenchi, whose name, do we give him a name? I can't even remember. He was
Yes, we did, and the name is a delightful name that is...
I have a name, and it's a boy's name, too.
In the info of my character sheet somewhere. Hiding.
Well, he has a name. This Nilfrenchi had been stealing creatures and people from the material realm and using them in a twisted, sordid game to modify their bodies to create the perfect soldiers, of which Ipselis and his sister were among the last remaining victims of these wicked experiments. After leaving Hell, Ipselis' sister had disappeared, and he began his search for her. And that is where he ended up in Barovia, following her tracks and accompanying this wayward group of people. In that period of time, however, he was bombarded with a colossal and catastrophic effect, which saw his body rent asunder and pieced back together, which basically removed all the modifications from his systemic hybrid nature and returned him to his original pink human fleshy self. I'm not sure how he felt about that, but nonetheless, he has slowly become acclimated to his new form and seeks to...
Still not all the way yet.
Not all the way, no. Yeah, somewhat acclimated. And has indeed tried to... tried his best to not only stop Strahd, but find out more about his missing sister. He has also acquired a veritable army of fruit babies, which have just very recently sacrificed their very being in order to try and help our comrades escape from Strahd. It was very touching and has given a very, very significant boost of power to our party at their sacrifice. What have I forgotten? Why is there chat? Let's have a look. Demira used 2 dimension to his back. Okay, very well. Demira, you immediately die. I'm sorry. Apparently, that's what the retcon needs. All right. Okay. Next up is none other than Vigog, played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion. Vigog is a chronomancing Goliath on a quest to try and find his missing students. They had come journeying to Barovia and gotten lost. Unfortunately, he has discovered the location of 2 out of the 3 students that were missing, the first of which was found dead in Strahd's castle. The second found under the control of a mind flayer in, what was it called? Something beginning with V.
Valaki.
What's that? Valaki, thank you.
Lucky.
Yes, in Valaki. But he holds hope that his third and final student is still okay. Next up, of course, a new member to the group is none other than our friend Marcus, the DM, playing the role of Bray, a relative to the lovely Irina, and true, sibling to the Burgermeister of the village of Barovia. He had come in search of his sister, who had been kidnapped by a vampire and brought to the castle. After many months spent living among the walls and eating vermin and rats and other things, he befriended one of the allies of the party, a gnome paladin by the name of Sir Tem, who now goes by Sir Reinhardt. And together has managed to finally liberate his sister and is now on his big escape from the castle proper. Then we have our friend Tim, who is, of course, my dear friend from Perth as well, playing the role of Demiro, a whimsical satyr who has learnt that even in the darkest places there is love, there is whimsy, there is parties to be had, and good food and drink to be shared with good people. His journey has taken him far and wide, and of course, he has spent much of his time getting to know exactly what the people of Barovia are going through, both the horrifying stuff and the rather pleasant stuff here and there. Even having gone so far as to have seduced a witch at some point or another in his time here. Yes, that is Demira. And last but certainly not least, playing the role of Esther, our changeling cleric, is none other than the delightful McBluff, who plays the role of Esther, who is a spiritualist, a medium, an exorcist, a fortune teller, someone who channels the powers of the lower in order to breach the supernatural and wield powers against the forces of darkness. She had come originally to Barovia in order to seek information about what devil's bargain was made with her family that now hound her night and day, both figuratively and literally. It was learned that her family had indeed sacrificed much of themselves to the forces of hell in order to acquire their witchcraft, an offer which Esther had turned down in the face of the evil Galabrazur that they met in the evil place. Yes, evil place, which was like the hanging place where all the dead people got hung. Which I think covers everyone, unless I forgot something important.
Got your sponsors.
I meant for you guys. I mean, yes, I'll get to the sponsors and stuff. All right, very well. Whew. All right, we got there. Guys,
Yeah.
let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. Guys, without these sponsors, our channel is not possible. So let's take a moment to give a quick and special shout out to none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you see on screen and, of course, in my tabletop simulator. These artworks are not only incredible, but they're stuff that you can use to print 3D models that you can use at your tables. Go check out Hero Forge at heroforge.com. Then, of course, we have Sirenscape for the beautiful and sensual sounds that you would hear over the course of the game. Dun, dun, dun. These are amazing and are a great and wonderful way to up your level of gameplay. Available both as an app on your phone or on your computer. It can definitely help heighten all the cool stuff that your game goes through. And lastly, guys, Fantasy Grounds. Can I talk more about it?
Yeah.
Fantasy Grounds is a great way for you as a GM. Like, hey, if you don't have time to prep your games, I highly recommend Fantasy Grounds. It is one of the fastest and most intuitive VTTs that I've ever used when it comes to trying to get my party, my maps, my adventures on the right track. Very, very reflexive and
Oh, no.
a hell of a lot of fun. What's oh no?
Oh, sorry, no, never mind.
Okay, good.
Tim disappeared.
All right. Well, with that being said, there is one last sponsor, and that is, of course, you guys. You guys in the chat get to come play with us. I'm not going to go through all the stuff because we are running way behind, but boom, there it is. Go check it out. All the stuff that you can do with the chat is either in the channel points or it has just been placed into chat. Thank you for your patience. Now, without any further ado, we return to Castle Ravenloft. Now, trapped within the castle, our heroes bar a large double door. The sounds of howling coming from just outside, the barking of 3 heads. On the other side of this door is none other than the underworld Cerberus. The creature claws and bangs against the wall, trying to break free, trying to get in. Our heroes have managed to use some of the bones, some of the thicker bones, in order to bar the door, but this will not hold for long. The skull of Argynvost, the massive dragon, hangs over the doorway itself. Every collision from this large dog causing the actual skull to shake and shudder. Now, we are not in initiative, but we are in a hasted moment. So we will allow you guys to act, but there is an actual timer on how long you have before this creature is going to break through. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to look around and assess what's going on. So we've got the skull. Are we still aware that like there's something wrong with the god?
Yes. Vagog has started speaking in a strange voice. He's even launched a few strange, he's launched a few attacks against Esther, but every now and then he seems to clutch onto his head, and as he does so, he seems to go between the Vagog's manner and cadence of speaking to that of the very familiar cadence of Murray. Murray,
like
obviously the captain of the guard.
Yeah. There's like a blue flicker in my eyes because the you said the gems were kind of lit up in my eyes.
Indeed, indeed. All right.
Yeah, they're kind of like flicking back and forth between Vagog and Murray.
Okay. There's are there other exits to this room?
Are there other exits? Yes, indeed. Taking a gaze to the north and to the south, there are 2 doors, both leading into the castle. Now, you guys recall that to the south are the prison chambers where you originally found Murray and the other guards. The north, however, is a mystery. You have not been there before, and you do not know what lies beyond.
Bray, we've got some problems here. Do you know which way we're supposed to go? Also, Esther, can you do something about Murray, please?
Also, Bray and Esther are still flying because I've got the concentration tethered to the ring.
Yes.
And Argento has haste on him because I had hasted him before I got controlled. So I've got that concentration.
Was the teleportation room somewhere to the southeast of here?
Good question.
A teleportation room.
The teleportation room was downstairs.
Yeah. Okay. Further down.
I thought we did go north out of this room to get there, though, but maybe we did.
I believe you went south.
Did we? Okay.
We actually did go down some stairs or up.
Yeah, I believe you went south.
Listen, there's one among us who
yeah.
actually does know the castle. Let's talk to them, please.
Alright.
How's Braven
There's a
been
dog
in this
trying to
part
break
of the
down the
castle?
door.
All right.
Vagog
excellent
is just
question.
mentally keeping all of his mental strength to kind of try and hold back Murray while they're talking.
While that's going on, I will start I'll start the counter charm song, which gives advantage on any mind influencing effects.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
All right. You can maintain that, and that will, of course, keep the.
In case he gets a save.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry,
Oh,
one
thank
minute
you,
while I
Nero.
just check where it goes. Okay, it goes to K72.
Quick question: do I have any kind of issues carrying this skull? Is it going to like affect me in any way?
Isn't it huge?
Yeah, it's pretty. As you can see in the photo, it's pretty big. So
Yeah, just chuck it on your back.
Okay.
you know,
All right. All right, Bray.
can't
You
be
know.
Bugog can also help you as well if he can hold it. I don't know.
Now, Bray, you know that if you head to the north, that should lead you to the to one of the rooms, the Chamberlain's office. Downstairs is where you think they're talking about when they describe what appears to be this large orb. When you interact with it and place stones in it, it will allow you to teleport across Barovia. You didn't know that it had this ability, but that is what you know. Aya Janasi, thank you so much for the donation. Aya Janasi steps up to the plate and loads the bases. That is a natural 20 for Vagog, a natural 20 for Esther, and a hero point for Vagog. So that's 2, 4. And that's a nat 20 for me as well. Yay!
No.
Terrible.
All right.
I'm gonna look around, just be like, what? Like, thank you, Demiro, for doing something. Are we just going to wait to get eaten by the puppy?
The door
I
cracks.
say we head south.
Yeah, Bray.
You fools.
What was that you said? You said the south. He knew about the orb, but he didn't know that the orb could teleport.
Yeah, that's the north. The north is where the Chamberlain's
The
office
north?
is.
All right. They know it can teleport, or is that just like I'm a little bit confused.
They know it's a teleporter. You did not know that.
Great. Where should we go?
Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm saying. They describe a device that they use to teleport. You've
Okay,
seen
they
the device.
described it.
Yeah, they've used the device, but you haven't. But you know the device they're talking about.
Based on your description, it sounds like we should go north. I did not know that orb could do that, though.
Well, we
Wait,
didn't
can
either
you
until
what?
we've
Can
been
you get
through
us
it.
out of here?
We have to decide where we're gonna locations are described as riddles. We have to figure out where they're going because it's a one-way. It's a one-way.
sure.
No, not
Get out of this
Indigo.
goddamn room first, shall we?
Yep.
There's a dog. We gotta get out of here. We got
All
to
right.
go. Let's do it
Let's
now.
just go north. North. It's
All right, I'm
It's
just
our
gonna
best
take
plan.
off north.
yeah. So will Bray.
All right. With the sounds of the hound banging on the door, you make your way to the north. As you do so, I'm just gonna move you guys into that next room. All right, there we
Is
go.
this all treasure?
I will describe it in just a moment. As you guys rush through the room, you slam the door shut as the Cerberus bursts in. As it does so, it continues to bark and sniff around. You hear something as you close the door quietly so it doesn't know where you went. It says one word that pierces. Esther. 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 The three heads communicate. They start to smell and search around. In this chamber, you find yourself in a 30-foot square room that is covered in a shamble of furniture. They lie in heaps on the walls, piled up, broken bones scattered amidst what looks to be crushed armor, as if a battle had been waged here in this room, but a sheer force or shockwave had sent everything in this room flying against its edges. You see that there are two doors, the one that you came through and another one to the north. There is also a small passageway that leads down a flight of stairs. You're unsure where that staircase leads, but you have very little time to think. The creature is upon you. Marcus the DM has given you the insight bonus. Esther, this is an underworld Cerberus. It will not lose your trail. There is no tricking it. And from what you can tell, it has your scent.
Okay. Few questions. First, do I still look like Irina at the moment?
Yes, you do still have the appearance of Irina.
Okay. Second question. The bookmark that I have from Sir Reinhardt, is that only a one-way? Or could it theoretically be used to get anyone else to Reinhardt?
It is one way. So Reinhardt
so
could
no.
come to you.
Okay, perfect. Third was... okay, so just they're checking real quick. We got the skull before we left, or...?
Yes. Argento currently has the skull strapped to them.
Okay. Alright.
Just hoping it.
Double strap.
Why?
Yeah.
What the hell does
Through
it
the
want
jaw.
with you?
Through the jaw, your armor.
Alright. Whatever, it's looking for me. If we're heading north, if we're heading down to where the bracer is, I'll lag behind. I'll stay with y'all, but I'll lag behind.
Esther, no.
You're not going to sacrifice yourself,
No,
my
I'm-
dear.
I'm
We
not.
need you to.
I'm not. I'm gonna stick behind. Not planning on that.
You're the only one who has ever managed to actually pop me back up from death. I used to have to do that daily after I killed all my friends.
Fortunately, I don't
There's-
think I can go on walls. I have the
Sorry,
ability to
look
go
at
on
her.
walls. So just focus on running. I'll lag behind,
Oh.
but I've got this. Okay?
I'm gonna look around. Is there anything I can use to create, to pound into the door jam or something like that to create a blockage?
Make a craft check as you attempt to use both the metal soldiers and
craft
furniture.
That's
Yes.
new and exciting.
Well, if you've got tools such as blacksmithing tools or woodworking tools or any of these other things, you may add a
Oh
proficiency to.
God. Do I? Where?
There is no craft.
Otherwise, yes, you would be using an intelligence check to
Okay.
fix it up. Yep.
All right. Let's see. There is. Where are my tools actually listed? I
Got a
can't
hammer.
remember.
Those
Tools.
two
I've got
proficiency.
thieves' tools.
No.
Lock
Can
the
I
door.
use thieves'
It's the
tools to
opposite.
Reverse pick.
Got a hammer and cooking utensils.
I'm gonna smash the door with the hammer and realize I made a very bad decision right now.
Right. All right. I will then make a little intelligence check. It'll be delightful. Let's see if I can make something happen here. Oh my God! It almost landed on 18. So mean. I don't see
Have a hero
anything.
point.
Why isn't there anything useful in this goddamn room?
All right. It is going to take you a little bit of time to do that, but you are making a very poorly made barricade. Crafting was never really one of the skills you were trained as a warrior. All right.
If we are taking the time to do that, then I do have a question. Would freedom of movement help Argento at this point? Because it doesn't really help with encumbrance, but it does help to make sure that nothing's difficult terrain. You can't be restrained or have your speed
Probably
reduced
wouldn't
in
help
natural
right
effect.
this second. But in a pinch, yeah. I mean, obviously there are lots of things that could stop you.
I'll cast a Long Strider on Argento, so he gets an extra 10 foot of speed.
Nice.
From now
All
on.
right. Playing your pipes.
And I
You'll
raised it.
Yep, your stride becomes even longer, Argento, as your legs extend. All
Not
right.
that you needed it, Argento, but a little bit of extra helps.
Just keep moving.
Yes.
All right.
That was quite heavy.
With the sound
And
of
you're hasted.
Ipsellus, the creature draws near the door. Bang!
All
There's a
right,
huge.
You hold him back up. You hold him back, Ipsellus, and we'll head on.
There's a huge slam against the door. Ipsellus, you bump your shoulder and try to hold it back in. Make a athletics check quickly.
You're very rude. Just a moment with athletics. There it is, athletics. I see you, athletics. All right. Oh, damn it.
All right, that is a 14. It does not look like you are going to hold the creature back. All right, what do you guys do? Let's see.
I think this thing is getting through.
It will get through unless you want to use a hero point or you're not 20.
I will. I will use a hero point to reroll.
All right,
Go
let's
quick.
see the reroll.
There's come on, we can do
You
it.
have 16.
Can I shout to everybody, to somebody else? Can somebody help me, please?
When he.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're good.
Bray's right there. I'll
Can I-
shove up right against the door.
All right,
Help
so
it.
Ipselis, you have advantage.
Yay! All right, let's do it. We're gonna do it now. Oh, it's still not great. 17 though.
17, you still doesn't beat a 20.
Oh.
All right.
Can
I'll,
I use my?
Can I use my ram attack and use my horns and ram the door back shut?
You won't be able to ram the door back shut, but you can ram the creature and disorient it long enough.
Okay.
All right. Do you? Now, how does the Ring of the Ram work? Do you got a set value that you
Well,
can
no,
use?
as in I have horns and I.
Oh,
have
you
a
have
ram
horns.
attack
Oh,
as a
frick it. Yeah,
Caesar.
make an athletics check. Let's see it. I'll give you advantage because you're striking from concealment. So, you for the very first time, Demiro lowers his head and goes, meh.
No, shall not pass.
All right. Oh man, of course. Freaking. Yep. All right. You need to beat a 10.
We believe in the power of the goat.
Oh my god.
Yeah. 21.
Nice.
All right. Wham! This creature does not expect the resistance that comes back. As it knocks back both Bray and Ipselis from the door, there's just this gut check. Strike from Demiro, who rams the creature. It lands on its side and is scrambling to get up. The door does not. Yeah, the door does not look like it's going to last. Do you guys want to choose it to the north?
I'm gonna. Well,
This
Whichever
thing is
one
just
that
going to
bird
keep
was.
coming.
yes.
So the stairs at the end of this hall, they go up or down?
Down.
So those to the right go down? Okay. Well, we want to go down.
The ones to the north. Oh, sorry. The ones to the on the right here, like
Yeah.
just on your right. They do go. They go up. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, those aren't the stairs we're looking for.
No.
Well, we want to go towards that teleporting one.
The
correct?
stairs run out of the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
We want to go down. So, which way are those?
North.
All right, let's go north.
All right.
Rush to the next room and close the door.
All right. You rush to the next room.
God.
As you go, Esther, the hound stands on its feet. It looks at you, and it says something. It says, "That which was given must be returned," and barks yet again. And as you rush through the door and it slams shut, the dog actually stops in the middle of the room and halts its charges as you close the door. It seems to almost go into like a patrol, like running towards you, then veering to the left and right. Almost as if it hit a barrier of some kind. Not hit, but you know what I mean, like it has ceased its
Like
chase.
an
for the
invisible
time being.
leash.
Yeah, like an invisible leash. Yeah, very good example. All right.
If I'm sort of peeking out the door, do I see this?
Yeah, you see this as you're closing the door.
What's? I'm gonna look to Bran like, have you ever seen anything like this? Is there some reason it's not following?
So
As,
I can.
oh, sorry. As you say this, Bray, you notice that you're not alone in this room.
I think we have something a little more important to worry about, Ipselis.
No.
What? What are you talking
There's
about?
someone here.
Oh no.
Do I see someone?
Yes, you do.
Oh no.
I see it. Is that's not Strahd, is it?
It is not.
Okay, thank God.
What sits
Huh.
in a chair directly behind you. Actually, let me describe the room first. Calm down, Argento.
He's like,
The shadowy room is in perfect order, unlike the previous room you had just come from. A grand table sits here with a single chair, inkwell, and a quill set carefully placed. Lances, swords, and shields bearing the Barovian crest are hung neatly on one side of the wall here. It is almost entirely dark, save for a small lantern, which illuminates this chamber. Standing in this room, or sort of say sitting in this room, is a dusk elf. A very, very dark-skinned, elven man with long features who looks at you.
What is a dusk elf?
A dusk
To me,
elf?
it just seems like an elf that's dusty.
Yeah, it's kind of like, basically, like, in terms of,
Dusty
it's
elf.
almost like they've got ashen skin.
Okay.
Are they the ones from the Shadowfell?
Yeah. There, he looks at you in, I wouldn't say surprise. He seems almost aware of your presence, and for a moment, turns his attention back to his paperwork, finishing off his writings before looking back up, placing the quill neatly in the little holder that's got, like, the little well in it. Esther.
This happened to be the man we saw in the first session, who told us that the master was expecting us after we got rid of the hellhounds.
Correct. This was the person who had given you the letter from the Burgermeister telling you to go to Barovia.
whoa.
He says, I must say, I am surprised. I thought by now you would be being chewed and picked from the teeth of one of the many creatures that reside within the castle. You have lasted a lot longer than many of Strahd's other playthings, though, if I didn't know any better, and you hear the sounds of this roaring, shaking the castle itself, I would say that playtime is over. Unlike-
The entire castle almost ate us.
Well, I was just about to say, unlike the rest of the castle, which is still undulating with, like, bits of flesh between the bricks and stones from the castle turning to life, this room is the only one that seems completely unscathed. It looks as though it is perfectly fine.
Oh.
Love your doggy. It's very nice. Is this your doing that it's not trying to break the door down?
Yes, one could say that I am the master of the Kerberos.
Well, it is good always to see a familiar face, even if it is in a strange location such as this. So, what brings you to the castle?
I am the Chamberlain and Castle Seneschal of Ravenloft. We did not meet properly when last we spoke, and I apologize for the deception regarding my true identity. He stands and basically steps from behind the desk. He takes a very deep, very sincere bow and says, "Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rahadin. Rahadin. Okay, I'm going to try and say this right, because this might come out weird. I am Rahadin von Zarovich."
Oh, your brother? Cousin?
I am the son of King Barov von Zarovich, the true heir to the Barovian throne, brother to his son, and lord of mine and this nation forever.
Interesting. And what
You,
relation are you to the current occupant of the throne?
I am brother to Strahd.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I'm wondering if would it perhaps be too much trouble to instruct your lovely little pup to sort of not chase our friend any longer?
While the creature remains tethered to its desire here, I do not command it in the way that one would command a dog. If it is seeking your friend, then your friend has a contract that needs to be fulfilled. One way or another.
Look over at Esther, just all right. And sorry, quick question. Esther, you've got the soul bag now, right?
I think you handed it to me.
That's what I just want to know if I can pull it out of my inventory. Sorry.
Even that soul bag. Also, Esther is still looking like Irina. Like trying to just look very, as she recalls Irina being a kind of, not standoffish, but just kind of irreverent to this situation slightly, but also very much pulling the cloak over Esther's clothing slightly, which is kind of looking.
Oh, he's sorry. He has not acknowledged Esther at all at this point. In fact,
Good.
If you notice, this man seems to be trying to avoid eye contact with Esther, who is currently dressed as currently in the guise of Irina.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of our friends is rather upset Strahd, and we were making somewhat of a exit. As much as we'd love to stay and chat.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I cannot permit you to pass. You see, as the seneschal of the castle, I'm sure you understand that once the lord has been slighted, it then falls upon my duty to ensure that his wrath is placated.
Well,
I mean that could be fortunate indeed. For unfortunately, there was no possibility of talking with Strahd about the matter, but perhaps you might be otherwise persuaded.
Oh, I am very much persuaded. If indeed, as you say, one of your number were the ones who had, of course, offended my lord, then it would be only their head that I would be after. Well, theirs and whomever would stand between us.
Well, I mean, that does sound quite reasonable.
It does, and I'm very curious. What is the relationship like between you and your brother?
And a quick family therapy session. Just
Yeah.
Flashback scene. I have served as the Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft since the time of my father. I, however, refuse to bow down to any I consider who would be weak and miserable. Paying fealty to King Barov himself, Barov conquered the Elven kingdoms and adopted me as a son. The few who survived from the Elven kingdoms were subjugated, and I was tasked with ensuring their loyalty was kept in check. When Barov died, I continued my service under Strahd, back when he was still human. Even to the point where he met the love of his life. And that was stripped from him, transforming him into the vile creature that others see.
Yes, it is a shame that his ambition seems to have been turned from conquest.
I would be careful of your tongue, because even after his transformation, my loyalty to him and the throne never wavers.
Would your loyalty be to the throne first or to him first?
To the strong is who I serve. I abhor weakness.
Hmm. So, could there perchance be should there be an opportunity arise, just hypothetically, for you to take the throne, would you
I will not.
consider it?
You see, Petrina Velikova and her people were living as the Vistani. Tatiana, which was her name, had perished, and Strahd's body was cursed. You see, Patriana believed that she had hope of winning Strahd's love, and tried to use her power for her own evil temptations. But this would not happen. Strahd forced Petrina's own people to stone her to death.
Dear.
He was not only upset with the Vistani people, but with the Dusk Elves who had taken Petrina. Securing her body in the catacombs, I was sent to punish the Dusk Elves for their insolence. I slew all female elves so that the males could not breed. I cut the elven ears of Petrina's brother, all as a bid to remind those that Strahd is not so swayed by feminine wiles, that his love for Tatiana is not something to be trifled with, even if it meant the extinction of my own people. At this point, I imagine all the characters look at Vagag. This is the painting you threw in the fire, you jackass. This guy literally systematically executed and committed genocide for a person for flirting with him after his wife died. You burnt her only portrait.
He doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Oh no! This guy doesn't know it. This guy doesn't know it. But I just want to point out to everyone that my Strahd reaction. I feel like I'm hoping that this is giving some context to my Strahd reaction.
As a servant of the realm and of the throne, what hypothetically would you do should Strahd become irreconcilably upset in perpetuity?
In that hypothetical situation, should he seek my own head, I would be honored to cleft it from my own shoulders.
I see.
Esther.
Well, a few things. I'm just having a great time just hearing this story while I'm having this face on. But either way, let's see, what are the components real quick of this specific spell that I'm looking at?
Oh yeah, Esther, you are also terrified. Like, again, this is someone who flirted with Strahd. You're impersonating.
Yeah. I'm looking at the person who kind of like was made to massacre people, and because of the person who I'm looking like. Yeah, I'm getting the picture.
Oh yeah,
Bray
like
is kind of just.
It's really funny too because and sorry, I just want to take a quick time out here. Like, Curse of Strahd is a wonderful story. Like, it's actually a really gripping story that the book doesn't give you too many options in terms of being able to explore it. So this is actually really cool that you guys are actually talking to this dude, because it does mean that we can go into a little bit of it. But the crazy thing is it gives the GM just so much fuel to really embody Strahd as to what he would do and how he behaves. So in that, this is 10 out of 10 for like freaking lore in regards to Strahd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not going to take 50 gold and let it make it go.
Probably not.
There's things that Esther would like to say, but Irina's voice isn't what she wants to come out right now, so she's just kind of...
She thinks... Okay, so this guy is trying to avoid your gaze. The reason he's avoiding your gaze is because if Strahd caught him looking at someone who looked like his woman, Strahd would kill him. So he's not even looking at you, this general and seneschal. He's just avoiding your look because that's what a loyal servant does.
Mm-hmm.
Getting him to look at you.
If only we had some sort of way to make everyone look like her.
Oh.
That would really get him pissed off and kill him for us.
Esther's actually going to look at Bray before doing anything on her own end. Kind of looking at someone who is, well, just looking at based on what understands of Bray and then his connection to Irina, and then just hearing all of this, just sort of backing up a bit and looking at Bray.
He's listening, but he is giving a very glaring side eye at Vigog right now.
So I'm gonna step in and just look at them, sort of look around the room, just be like, I totally understand the need to hand over someone's head, but we are in a bit of a pickle here, as the one who offended Strahd exists within our friend currently, but is not our friend. His name is Murray.
Ah, another one of Strahd's generals. Murray the Undying.
Yes. He's taken control of our friend and forced him to do awful things.
So
He has mentioned.
So you're saying the culprit would be Murray?
Murray
Yes.
has been he's been responsible for a lot of things.
He has mentioned several times that he wants to take over, that he is the rightful ruler.
Cool. Everyone can make me a bluff check.
I mean, I haven't said anything untrue.
Oh yeah, no. This. I mean, no. Between everything being said, this is absolutely a deception check. Yeah, with unequivocal certainty.
You know what?
I am absolutely
I'm
going
gonna use my nat 20.
Hold on.
Okay.
Because keeping in mind, and I want to point out, a nat 20 is a 20, but it is not an automatic success, just FYI. Yeah. So, here's what's going to happen. It is going to be a straight roll, no matter how many people contribute to it, because there is a disadvantage in the fact that this guy is very familiar with Murray, with a positive that you guys would be assisting each other, so it's going to negate each other out. You will still, even if with a natural 20, I do need to know what your bluff check is. However, who is going to be instigating the conversation? So right now, Ipselis is the one who said, this has happened to, Murray has done this, yada, yada, yada. Who is then going to be the one to...
I'm going to turn to Demiro and just be like, yes? Isn't that right?
Deception.
Yes, I mean, Murray has been responsible for a lot of things, and assisting the enemy has been, on his list of things. Excessive need for revenge, possession of bodies. I mean, the list just goes on.
Okay, cool. Demiro, you may make a deception check.
And you said we can throw in the 20?
You can throw in the 20 if you'd like. However, it will. I'm just letting you guys know it's not a guaranteed success. Yeah. It just means that it's a higher.
I don't know what the result needed is, so I'll throw it in anyway.
Sure. Well, how about you roll? You might roll a 20.
Okay, sure.
All right, and Vigog, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so how about we leave that there? How about we leave it at the 23 and see what this guy gets?
Okay.
And you said I do a wisdom save?
Wisdom save, yeah. Esther?
And do I get advantage because of Demiro's spell?
Yes, you do get an advantage. Esther?
I'll wait seeing on how this goes. It's something I'd meant to do earlier, but I just didn't want to interrupt.
Sure. No worry.
I'll lower it.
19.
Okay, nope, that's fine. All right, let's see how this guy goes.
Okay.
All right, that is a 29 on his ability to see through your lie.
What? Is there... Oh, Lord.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. Because Avarian has just thrown in the insight bonus, you can use the nat 20. If you use the nat 20, you could say, if you don't believe us, you could always ask Murray yourself. That is your insight bonus.
So use the 20 to ask that.
No, use the 20. It'll get you to a 28, which is still a
Yeah.
failure, but it gives you the insight of, he doesn't believe you, flat out. Like, he just will not believe you. He's like, no.
Well,
this
we're
is
pretty
what-
close.
Yeah, you're pretty close. Like, no, but like I said, it's mostly
So we're
because-
close enough to get the option to say, well, you could ask Murray.
Yes, correct. Because
Yeah.
normally he'd be like, no, this is just a clear lie, and Murray is taking over your body. He's gonna reincarnate, and then he's gonna just, and you're trying to, you're trying to weasel your way out of here.
Okay.
But you're close enough that insight bonus will give you enough for him to go, okay, I'll question Murray.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, do you wish to do that?
Yep.
Also, don't think he hasn't noticed that there's a dragonborn behind you with Argynvar's skull as well. He is very acutely
I'm just not
aware.
bringing that up at the moment.
Yeah, he's acutely aware of this. He's got a lot of. You guys have got a lot of stuff here going
One thing
on.
at a
It's just
time.
very. I have to kind of work through this one by one. Okay.
Ipsilus, put the one thing on me. If he's gonna talk to Murray,
I mean, you could
But
always.
I do have a
That
lovely
point is
little
true.
thing that forces people to speak the truth.
We don't need that many layers. It's just. Is this what Demira says?
You could always talk to Murray if you wanted to.
He looks at you quizzically and says, "You know what? Perhaps I will." And he reaches over towards each of you, passing his hand over everyone except Esther. And as he does so, he eventually stops, almost magnetized to where Vagag is. Now, Vagag, you need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
ooh, 15.
Do you want to use your nat 20?
Yes,
Probably.
that'll give me a
that will
nat
order
20
succeed on this one, right?
and a +3.
All
So
right.
23.
How many? What level are you guys now?
14.
Okay.
14.
7,
Uh,
Ah! Ah!
14.
Ah!
13, 14.
Ah!
What is happening?
that,
I'm gonna die.
Those are 14 d20s.
Did you use your 20?
Yeah, I did.
Kill. All right.
So you get half that?
Half of that. So that
Okay.
is. What's that?
98 points of damage.
98 points of damage to Vagag. However, don't worry, this isn't an insta kill. Well, it kind of is, but we'll talk about it in a second. Vagag. Let me get this. Let me set a mood here.
He's
And
already
yes,
taken-
Esther, we'll get to.
I mean, it's only just over your hit points, so it might be
It's only just.
technically a kill, but it means your body doesn't explode, which is probably what would have happened otherwise.
Yeah.
He's within 5 feet of me. I can intercept it.
It's not an interception, and you'll see why in just a
Yeah.
moment.
It's not an attack.
What
Mhm.
happens is, Vagag, your skeleton leaps out of your body.
Oh my god. bro.
Every single bone in your body suddenly tears
I
loose
get just
of your
deboned.
flesh. It literally just looks like basically your hands kind of pull out of your skin. By the way, body horror warning. You kind of then use the claws to kind of pull back, almost like you're ripping apart like a suit, as your skeleton tears out and your meat falls to the floor. You are, however, still alive. The bones then let loose, and as they do, they look around and they go.
Well, now we're going to have to find a bigger bag for
I
you, Murray.
live again! Sort of, I'm
You
undead,
gotta
but I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
paint it
alive.
blue.
I have returned. Oh!
He tried to talk to
It's like you've got plot armor or something, Murray.
Yes. Radin, you have freed me from the captivity of this giant meat bag. I thank you once again, my ally. Murray, I have heard some rather disturbing news in regards to how you've assisted these people through their gavorting through Barovia. Is there truth to this? No, not at all. Not for a single second. Well, kind of. But I mean, look, They had me as a head. They held me captive. And then what was I supposed to do? They had me hostage. They forced
We
me.
tried to get rid of you permanently numerous times, and you just refused to go.
Yes, see? See? They tried. They tried to kill me. But I hung
Get
on.
ahead of yourself.
Forward of my crap.
As he said, well, okay, hold on. I'm gonna rewind that. I'm gonna say your insight bonus, Demiro, is you probably wouldn't mention that you tried to kill him because he was about to go.
No, I said trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, no, I know. But here's the catch.
Throw him away.
Yeah, no, but here's the catch. You're trying to prove that he willingly helped you. So if you were trying to get rid of him, you're trying to go for like him continuing to return to you. Because if you don't say anything,
'cause
then
he kept begging that he was still useful, so kept offering more information every time we did
that's
that.
what I'm looking for. Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
did
true.
you say that?
He told us all
Yeah.
about everything all the time.
Every time we threatened to throw him away, he said, "Wait, I'm still useful."
He was a great friend to us for quite some time, and then, he invaded our friend's body.
Esther?
Okay, before I even assess if she would say this, I have to assess where she's at the moment. Do we have any inference that Bagog's still alive? Or have we just seen our friend?
His organs are still twitching and his lungs are still inflating. Barely.
Okay.
Just a meat pile moving up and down. Jeez.
This is like
Can I-
Mako Joe. Mako Joe
Hold
and
on,
Bigger
hold
Song.
on.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to hear Mac.
It's like Mako Joe and Bigger Song. Okay, we can get through this guy. We can get through. Okay. I want to say something else. For a second, Esther is saying nothing, looking at nothing besides Bagog. Just, okay, he's still alive. Okay, so Cypress. Okay. And then goes back into character.
Okay.
I'm just going to look at them and say, just excuse me for just a moment, and I'm just going to sort of like lean down and like look at the pile of flesh. And
Oh, don't worry about him. This is just a normal day for Bagog.
Yeah, I feel like growing up in the hills, dealing with all of the torture, all of the murder, all that kind of stuff. I would have seen things similar. Of like I could identify just like there's still some hope here. I'm just gonna cast a Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds will not regenerate bones.
No, but I'm thinking it'll keep them like I'll keep sort of pumping things in to try to keep Bagog alive for a little bit.
The way I often describe the cure spells working is the cure spells stitch up wounds and the like, but they do not restore like damaged tissue and like organs and bones, etc. Because Bagog's injuries are severe, sealing up the wounds without bones will have no tangible effect. So, for example,
It'll probably be worse for him because we've got to get the bones back in at some point.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, or
Fill me
regrow,
with
whatever.
meat.
Yes, Esther.
So, from what we understand, Irina has basically been here, but kind of like almost in hiding the whole time. This castle.
Irina was captured and then transformed into a vampire spawn.
Mm-hmm. Then I will step up a bit and just say, he helped lead them to me and helped me get back to who I once was. People told me he helped them figure out how to get to me. And then he possessed my friend's body and told him to burn the portrait. Believe me, I was not a fan of having my face burning, even if it's in a paint.
All right. Esther, you may make a deception check. You can do so with advantage because you're in the guise of Irina. Again, he is trying not to look you in the eye, so he is at a disadvantage.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Murray turns and says, What? What nonsense is this? This is all lies. Sure, maybe I helped them in order to try and get my way, but that was only because my plan was to regain my body and then come back into the service of Strahd. You know me. You know me for years, Radin. This is just lies and slander. You wouldn't believe these people. I mean, that one's not even... And as he's about to say that Esther is a changeling, You suddenly watch as a large battle axe is swung from the large mantle behind him, and as it does, it cleaves through Murray's head. It cuts almost a perfect incision straight across, and he goes,
Let's go.
"What? What have you? No, what have you? Ah! And you watch as the skeleton falls to pieces on the ground, and you see the blue Murray struggling to pull away from the blade of the axe. He's trying to crawl and grab onto the edge, but can't seem to do so as he is drug into the axe. You can see, like, kind of the axe itself, now looking at the actual blade, is actually almost like a liquid metal with the faces of tens of thousands of souls. You watch as this skeleton is kind of fighting against this torrent of these thousands of liquid metal souls as it's then pulled into the turf before finally settling and going still as a clean blade yet again.
This is the most violent river Styx I've ever seen.
Well, that's quite lovely. Where did you get that?
Seen some messed up shit in this castle. But him being deboned and that happening is probably the most I've seen so far. And that's including watching them eat your children.
Yes, well, thank you for that, Seneschal. It's quite useful.
I do not be needed to thank for slaying a traitor who didn't have the decency to die for Strahd instead of helping his enemies. I don't for a second believe that he burnt a picture of the Lady Irina. I do believe that my friend and comrade did have a modicum of honor about him, but he was a coward. Being immortal is not about keeping your own miserable life ticking over again and again. It is about offering it to something greater.
He did offer us assistance numerous times, so he was eventually useful.
I do not feel as though, however, you have any greater purpose. All I feel is that you are a bunch of bumbling buffoons that have tread in the gardens of someone great and powerful.
I'm gonna sort of stop him real quick and just be like, I believe Raoul Tavok, one of the generals of Mephistopheles, would debate you on that.
If only you knew. His warriors have been nothing but subpar in Strahd's plans. The general that has been provided has been lackluster, barely offering any kind of real contribution to the forces of Strahd. As far as I'm concerned, he can have her back.
And who is this general?
What is your sister's name?
Carthagenia.
That would be General Carthagenia.
I'm gonna try to keep it together. Like, I know how dangerous this person is now, so I'm like trying to. Do you perhaps know where this general is? Because I could talk to her about her lackluster service to our master, and perhaps.
Please do not try to manipulate me by further assuming that my intelligence is somehow on par with that of Murray. I'm still very acutely aware of who you are. I invited most of these people here, and that man there is carrying the skull of one of Strahd's hated enemies, which I presume you are evacuating from this facility.
Oh, damn it, fine, she's my sister.
So do not treat me as one. If it is your sister, which
sister,
I would...
and I want to know where she is.
And your family reunion is not something I care for. She's on the lower level somewhere. But I do not keep tabs on her.
I'm gonna turn my back to the Seneschal and look at everyone and just be like, all right, well, we're saving everybody else. Everybody else gets a goddamn trinket here. There's even, even Vigog got, a couple of blue gems. It's this sad sort of looks down at that. But if we're gonna save everybody, we need to go save my sister too.
I guess we could add it to the list. Whilst we clearly have trampled various gardens, I mean, that's, we are fairly new to the gardening endeavors, so it's not entirely unexpected that, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Is there anything we can do? Can I figure out anything that we can do for Vigog right now?
We have an inside bonus that has come from our lovely audience member, the Odd Bandicoot. Your inside bonus is this. Vigog is a master of time. He does have the ability to rewind time upon himself, even in a small degree. He even has the ability to reach out into other realms and get other Vigogs from other dimensions. There may possibly be a Vigog in another dimension who may have just had their flesh blown off. That and a very carefully arrayed series of healing spells might be able to restore Vigog if acted swiftly upon.
I can't use that anymore because I used it in the Strahd fight.
You can't, however, there is still a connection to the other Vigogs through the fly spell and the ring that is still wrapped around your meat finger.
Could try a revivify if you're actually dead, but I don't think that would work anymore because of your pact with the fairy. I don't think we can bring you back again. I'm not sure.
There's also the pact with the fairy.
Yeah.
I would like to first because I like trying weird shit. If I were to cast an entangle spell, would there be a way to sort of bind the bones back into the flesh? Doing that?
Oh.
No.
Sounds funny, but yeah.
I love how this is the equivalent of Celis going with some wood glue and I can fix it.
Vigog. We'll just puppet Vigog.
I got some duct tape here.
All right, Argento. let's cut to Argento for a second. Argento, you have acquired the skull of Argynvost. You feel the weight, not just from the physical weight of the skull you're carrying, but the weight that you are so close to your goal. You've seen your friend be I'm going to say debonified is that
deboned.
Deboned. You've seen your friend be deboned by this individual. What's going through Argento's head?
He's just sort of waiting for everyone to give the signal. Sure. He's gonna bash the shit out of this dude because he doesn't like him at all. Obviously, he's Strahd's brother, so I just view him as being Strahd. But I'm letting everyone I'm just sort of sitting in the back like, look, man, they can talk to you all day long, but we know what's going to happen here. Just whenever you feel froggy, my friend.
So everyone can kind of see Argento's fists sort of clenched around his warhammer. There is that heavy sense. Because here's the other element. You ready? Strahd killed your family.
Right.
You didn't realize that Strahd had family. And right here in front of you is probably the only family he has.
Yeah, it's definitely crossed my mind as, this guy's basically Strahd as far as I'm concerned. So I'm just sort of letting it all play out a little bit. He hasn't really said much to me. Obviously, I'm standing here with a giant skull on my back. So
he does.
He's noticed me. I've noticed him.
Yeah, you've played this game before, though. You know that he is waiting for he believes himself to be in power, in control, as it were. Yeah. This is the game. This is the cat and mouse sort of thing. And Argento, you've had it. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you an added bonus here. If you fly into a rage right now.
Isn't he permanently raged?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 50 temporary hit points.
Oh damn!
Straight up 50 temporary hit points.
He's basically bribing you to attack the guy.
Basically. Mostly because I think this is how I would roleplay Grit, for example. This is a huge character moment for you. However, here's the other point. If you choose to let this slide, to let bygones be bygones and stuff like that, to let just everything kind of wash away, I'm gonna give you something else, a rather powerful boost.
All right.
This is kind of like.
Then I'll sort of play it this way. Then I'll sort of make my way closer to him and just be like, on purpose. Look here, Ramadan. We know what's going on here. All right, mate. You're playing us. You're having fun like your brother likes to have with all of us. Quite frankly, I would just like to smash your head in. And I'm sure you'd like to do the same to me and all of my friends. But I'm a man of few words. I just want to cut to the chase. Either we're going to get out of this room and head downstairs, or we're going to have a battle. I'll let you take the pick of what you would rather do. But we seem to... your brother couldn't seem to handle this very much. But if you feel like you... like your chances, then maybe we'll have an opportunity here.
I was wondering if there was a single warrior among you. Yes, I may be the seneschal and forced to bookkeeping, but this is boorish, and I have no pleasure in this. But a fight, that is something I can get behind. He reaches back behind him and almost like he's picking from his favorite toys. He pulls a scimitar from the shield. Esther. His back is turned, by the way.
So, seeing that his back is turned, Esther's not going to get in between whatever happens here. She's a few times kind of been the one to mediate, like whenever we first saw the barrels, and whenever there were again the barrels at the Wizards of Wine, she was the one who kind of stepped in. But this time, she's not going to get in between whatever happens here. She's going to trust what Argento wants to do, but she's going to kind of stay still as Irina.
Mm-hmm.
You say that you value your strength, your courage. You value being a warrior, and yet you can't even look me in the eye. You really think you have much of a chance?
You know, Argento, this could be the time to prove just how much better you are than them by first beating the snot out of them and then sparing their life.
To be fair, you did beat Strahd within an inch of his life.
Oh, true. Well, Ramadan, or what say you be?
All right. So, first of all, he'll respond to Esther and say, I do not look at you because I know better than to anger my brother, a lesson you have clearly not quite learnt. And I agree. No more talk. What is your name, warrior?
I'll I'll give you my name, but first, what would your brother do if something happened to his precious Irina and you let her be harmed, let's say?
It would not be me that my brother would come after, but the paltry fool that brought her harm.
Oh, well then,
Are you so sure?
leaves me no choice. And then I have my battle axe ready, or my warhammer ready to go, and I just tell him, I am Sir Argento.
You killed my father. Prepare to
So
I've actually been a Death Scout this entire time.
Is this I'm just not used to this kind of bravado. Is this a duel? Are you going to take on all of us? Like, what?
No, he's strong enough to take us all on.
It's up to you guys as to whether or not you want to leave it as a duel or not. I would say this. Stat-wise, I think Argento could take this guy on alone. I don't know if I don't know what resources are left for you guys because your guys are wearing down thin. But it is up to you.
Dream of
Argento's still hasted.
No, we wouldn't dream of underestimating his power so much as to not go all in.
I more meant just in general for you as players if you decide you wanted to leave this to Argento or not. Or you can all just stack on if you'd like to. It's up to it is up to you.
I can't really say anything. I just go
Jump his ass.
Alright. Vigog, you are up first in this initiative. You are dying. Please make a death save.
Oh yeah, so
Alright,
that's a
that is
7.
one failed death save.
It didn't auto do it for some reason. Okay, so
Alright. Argento.
Wait, am I technically unconscious then?
Pardon? No, you are unconscious.
Okay, so then all the
Your
stuff I had
bones
up
are
is
out.
gone. No, I was just, it looked like I was still up because he said, like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so the haste is gone,
Okay.
the fly is
bones are-
gone.
Alright, haste is gone.
Fly, unless it's still tied to the ring, does it keep going even if I go unconscious?
Yes, it'll still keep going.
Okay, so the fly is still going, and then
It is
my crown of stars are gone.
Argento.
All right, I cast Blinding Smite as a bonus action.
Alright, bonus action, you've casted Binding Smite.
I basically utter a quick little prayer to Argentos and prohibit it. My
Alright,
God,
because you
and then I
pray to
just,
Argynvost while carrying a relic of Argynvost, you will deal 1d8 extra radiant damage and have advantage on your attack roll.
Ooh, look at you.
And I just say, remember, you wanted this. And yeah, I just fly into him with my warhammer.
Alright. You'll need to walk up to him. Are you gonna walk around the table or are you gonna jump over it?
Use one
I'll
attack to
jump
smash
over.
it.
Yeah.
Walk through the table.
Do you gonna use your first attack to smash the table?
Actually, no, I don't want to do. I'll walk around it. I'll go around it.
Alright. As you walk around the table, when you get close to him, like just near where he happens to be,
Yep.
all of a sudden, you start to hear the sounds of tens of thousands of screaming voices. These screaming voices, you can almost see, like, in a haze, like, kind of, in this place behind your eyes, as you look out at this figure who's standing before you. Now, he is not undead. He's not like a monster in any way. Well, I mean, he is, but we'll get to that in a second. He is indeed just an elf, and most importantly, he is surrounded by the souls of countless dead. They are trying to haunt him, but to no avail, and so strong is their malice, sadness, and hatred that you find it difficult to concentrate and take.
Very
And take 12 points of damage just being near him. He has killed. I mean, like, what's it say? Thousands. Actually, wow, he says he's killed thousands of people.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a bit depressing.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I'll roll my attack on him, I guess, and then this is knocks off.
All right. Nice. With a 22, your warhammer strikes. clear cock him right in the face. 22.
And then
points of damage.
1d8, you said? Extra.
Yep, an extra d8. So that's an extra 4 points of damage. Done.
All right, that's the first attack, and because I'm raged, I'll take my second attack on him as well.
Nice. Go for your attack. All right, that is another hit. All right, that is 23 points of damage.
And that's my 2 moves.
And that also gets a d8, by the way.
Oh, wait. Does Rage give me another move? Because I only have 2 moves anyway.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So roll a d8 for me as well, and that'll be some extra damage. All right, 5 extra damage. Okay.
So Rage gives me an extra attack, right?
It
Gives you
does.
resistances to damage.
So I'll get a third attack. I'll attack him again.
Yep. So you should have extra. You should have extra attack. Yep. That is a miss, however. All right. Next up is Bray.
I will use my reaction to give him a +1 with masterpiece song.
Give who a +1?
Argento.
All right. The AC is then enough to hit.
Nice.
All right. You can do your damage on that third hit.
Another 1d8.
All right, and another d8 for us. 5 extra damage. All right, very nice. All right, 3 intense blows. Now he stands there and takes it. First of all, like he's definitely keen on fighting you. It's not that he didn't dodge; he did try to defend, but he wasn't able to. As we then
I
go break.
admire him.
Bray.
Well, Bray doesn't want to get near him,
Joe?
but he also can't really use his bow without being at disadvantage.
Mhm.
While this is happening, would I be able to attempt to fix my left arm?
Yeah, sure. Make a heal check as you or medicine check as you try to reset your arm.
Please.
Pop it back into place.
Oh,
You
you have a
know
nat
what?
20.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my nat
Or
20 to
advantage.
just.
Yeah.
Are you
to-
sure you don't want
to-
to just rip off your arm? Like,
I'm pretty sure I don't want to just. Unless I somehow got a cool mechanical arm from the future afterwards, I don't think so.
okay,
From
just
the
checking,
future.
just checking. All right. You originally think it's broken. Sorry, no, you originally think it's dislocated, but it's actually broken. You then bang it against a wall, and nope, it was dislocated. So yeah, you've relocated your arm from the previous battle.
Maybe we'll find Vecna.
Then-
You can take his
Then
off.
I'll bonus action dodge just to, and then try to prepare for whatever happens in the next.
All right. Demiro, you're up next.
Do they look like they're dueling, or he's also goes attention on us?
It looks like they're dueling. At this point, you don't get the impression that he's any kind of spellcaster.
Yeah, I don't think Argento would care if this guy just got smushed by all of us.
Nah. I don't know.
If he wasn't raging and he could talk, he would say, "Don't hold back."
Yeah. Either way, Argento's probably, he's in a rage. He's just
Yeah.
very tunnel vision.
I'm going to play a rather discordant song and cast Disintegrate on him.
Oh, damn.
Very well.
Oh, very rude.
All right. He gets a nat 20 on his saving throw.
Oh gosh.
You gotta respect that.
Can I use my hero points to make him re-roll?
You don't know.
No.
I don't know if we can
and you don't
affect
have a
his
hero
rolls.
point.
We can't affect
I
their
got
rolls,
my nat
can we?
20. That's right. Okay.
Michael?
Sorry?
We can't affect their rolls in any way, can we?
No. Not with the audience participation stuff. The audience can with divine intervention.
Mm.
Looking at you, Bray. Stop it.
I've got 940 points. I can't do nothing.
I just saw you just suddenly go.
Oh, I
Where's my points?
looked and I'm like, no. Remember, I wasted my divine intervention to get Bagog killed that one time.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my
All
god.
right. Well, that's it. I think it still does damage though. I just not.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's save or suck. Really? Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Saber suck.
All right. As you do so, it flies out and does nothing. He.
I mean, if they don't save, it's basically death.
Yeah.
All right. He is keen on killing the lot of you now. Let's see. All right. It is now his turn. All right. First action, he is going to kick the table over and get cover from the rest of you. And what he is going to do, he is going to use his poisoned sword to attack Argento. And you know what? Let's see what happens here.
Is his sword called Tasty Fish?
Tasty fish. All right.
Tasty. Whoa.
All right. Okay, so that is 13 points damage. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Ooh, that is a big oof.
Yes.
All right, so you take a further 9 points of poison damage.
I want to use my vengeful assault, react to taking damage from him. I want to.
Yep, not a problem. Let me just do that real quick. And then, in addition, your Constitution drops by 1d4. Oof. Your
Oh my
Constitution
God.
drops by 4.
Also, may I just say, I love that we've all gotten so used to who uses hero points the most. That it's just like we're so keen on the other charges being like, nah, I can take it.
All right.
Let's use this hero point, but you've asked every single time we've made a roll if we want to use our hero point.
All right.
Everyone else but Charles. Like, nah, I can take it.
I had that hero point for like 12 sessions.
Yeah. Which does me no good because no one replenishes you. All right. Okay, so that is a hit. Make your deal your damage. All right. That is a hit. Now, because your allies have attacked, unfortunately, you do lose your extra D8. But you do deal an extra 24 damage. All right. He is then going to use multi-attack to hit you again.
Nice.
That is another hit. You know what? I don't know if I'll last another round if everyone's piling on, so I'm going to burn my nat 20.
Oh dear.
I feel like this is the only chance he's going to get to defend himself proper. So, nat 20. That is 16 points of damage.
Whoa.
That will expire a bunch of your concentration abilities, including, of course, your... Wait, did that work? Yeah.
Resistance.
Yep, all your resistances and stuff like that. So that is now disrupted. And I need a Constitution saving throw, please. All right, that is a failure, unfortunately, which is a further 9 points of damage. And a further 1 point of constitution damage.
Oh no.
Michael,
Yeah.
quick question. Can we see the souls around them? Do we understand that that's a thing?
Not until you get a little closer. Oh, yes, of course, the souls. Oh, but that happens on your turn, so that's fine. Cool. So, yeah, just yeah, basically like, as this guy is hitting you, Argento, you just suddenly feel yourself getting weaker and weaker. Every strike of the blade seems to not only hit your physical body, but your spiritual body as well. All right. Next up is Esther.
Okay. So the table got kicked over, so we can't see either of them, right? Or can we still see them? But
You can see Argento, but you can't see this guy.
Perfect. Okay. Then I think the first thing I wanted to do is would I be able to move over like just right here to Vigog and still be able to see Argento?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I can say I want to help Vigog. So would I be able to grasp if blatant healing would not be effective at this point until we have some sort of like
Yes.
ability to connect?
Any healer with cure wounds would understand this as a thing. If I tear out your heart and you cast cure light wounds, it does nothing.
So we would need something more akin to regeneration. Then?
Yeah, something akin to regeneration or the
Or
restoration.
some ability to connect to allow Vigog to be able to call out to his other selves again.
Yeah, anything. And look, right now your problem is Vigog has no bones.
Yeah, there's no bones in that man.
Yes.
There's no bones.
Solve
in
that problem. And
It's
then,
a no bones day.
Yes, and then you can heal him.
problem.
Otherwise he will cease to be.
Right.
Greg's having a no bones day.
Gracious. Let's see.
Just a blob.
Ipselis, you will be on deck next.
Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at everyone else and say, okay, if anyone has any way to just sort of reconnect any of this, we need that first. And if not, there may be something I can do.
So I've got a thought. I'm just curious if you can help me identify where is his spirit currently, because I can enter the ethereal realm, which is where ghosts and spirits reside normally, but I don't know if it's still tied physically to his body or if I might be able to talk to him there.
I think the problem is more the bones at this point. We need to get the bones back. Okay. So
shovel the bones back in.
I mean, I've got heal, but that doesn't heal bones.
Just take the broken bones, just shove them into my face. Nice.
Sorry.
You could try a medicine or heal check to, like, take the broken bones and throw them in there. That's actually not a terrible idea. If you actually do a good job and put the bones where they're supposed to be, you could then use the heal spell on top of that to heal him. But it will require again it requires a medicine check or a heal check.
Perfect.
But you also specified that when Murray kind of got sucked in the axe, that the skull itself was cleaved in half. Vigog's gonna have half a skull then.
Well, you just take the two bits and you just sort of like and put it in.
Yeah.
He's gonna have
and then when I get healed, it would. Yeah.
An eternal migraine.
Sort of like,
Esther, anything further or?
Yeah, sorry, just didn't want to interrupt.
It's your turn. You're not. Who are you interrupting?
I'm sorry. Okay, may I feel like I have to make a wisdom check to just put bones back in my friend, but I guess a medicine check to at least start understanding the process.
these other people's bones that you found.
All right, you want to do a medicine check? Let's do it.
Okay.
Can I assist her in any way?
No, it's not your turn. Bad
You're a
absence.
terrible
No.
person.
Like, do I have to I'm just mentally prepare, but now we're going into it, okay? Just mentally prepare to put bones back in your friend. It's
Okay.
a thing.
Oh no!
You are not ready.
I-
Bonus connected.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the bones.
Yeah. You kind of pick
so this
one.
is important.
You kind of
It's
pick.
too important. That's why.
Yeah. You kind of pick the skull up, and you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Look,
you
I'm
realize you have
a
to kind-
spiritual
like-
healer.
Yeah. You realize that it's actually quite good that the skull's there, because it means that you can put the brain into the hole, and like and then you just
Makes it easier.
yeah, dry heat.
What
Okay, Ipselis, it is your
Wait,
turn.
do I do?
Oh, sorry. Yep. Esther.
would I have time to talk as well, or is that
Yeah, no, you got time to talk.
okay? Because I remember Argento has the ring of mind shielding, but you allowed like that pass for the telepathy, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And then so just kind of looking because I really just want to address the idea that like Argento is still in a rage but has gotten so much control over something he just gently walked around the table. So she's acknowledging this fact that he's still like in a zone with himself. It's just like as Esther just says, all right, I won't get in the way of you this time. I trust you to keep control of yourself. But remember, we have a lot to do. So please just stay centered. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get that skull out of here too. So just focus.
You
Yes.
can actually see, even though I'm in a rage, you can tell that something just different. You can tell that I can hear you. Although outwardly, I'm just really looking at this guy wanting to kill him. So
Well, I think it's all
the
about
rage
your
is
fight.
present, but yeah, you.
I think it's all about your fighting technique. When you're in a rage, normally it's very barbaric, big swings, large motions, but you seem to have almost very deliberate actions, as she says.
Yeah.
This, almost like that's centered this this rage and like channeled it into a more focal point. All right, very cool. Ipselis.
So first I'm going to look over to Argento and say, are you good? You look a little peaked.
I basically don't ever break eye contact with Brahma, whatever his name is, and I just say, "I'm doing fine."
Oh, that's good. The next thing I'm going to do is, where is that axe that came flying off the wall?
It's on the wall. Because once he cleaved Murray, he kind of put it back.
I am going to go for the axe.
Okay. All right. To do that, you need to move around to there.
Where is it? All right, so if it's next to him, once I get next to him, I'm assuming I feel the souls.
You do indeed. They attack you. Well, they don't attack you. It's just outwardly horrifying.
Yeah, it's just unacceptable.
All right. That is 23 points of damage,
Oh my god.
which breaks your concentration on your spells.
Okay, all right, cool. Like, what the hell is this? This is Esther. He's surrounded by all of these filthy souls. Do you think maybe we could do something with Soul Bag?
As he gets attacked.
This is whenever you have a moment, maybe they're like crawling on me. It's very upsetting. And I'm gonna reach up and grab for the axe, which I feel like is a terrible idea. But I'm going to do it anyway, damn it.
This is
All right.
weird.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
What kind?
Wisdom. Please.
Wisdom.
Wisdom,
Actually,
you
no,
say?
charisma saving throw.
Oh, damn.
I don't get to
That's
use
not
these
nearly
very often.
Boy.
I have a new
All
challenge party. It's not trying
Oh,
to
damn.
get
I'm just going to use my
Wait, hold on,
nat
hold on.
20.
Well, we'll pause there because this is a good cliffhanger moment. You can decide if you want to use it next week.
Okay.
Okay. As this happens, you pull the axe off the wall, and as this happens, everyone watches Ipselis wielding this large axe made of liquid metal. As soon as this happens, Ipselis turns, and all he says are 3 simple words: "We are Legion, and we fight for Strahd."
Oh no. Well,
That's more than 3
why?
words, but you know what I mean. Look. Anyway, with that, of course, we will come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.
no.
The battle is in the height of excitement. We are so close. I love the idea that the guys had of using the teleporter to get out. That's going to be freaking awesome, especially if they can decipher the teleporter, because
we failed last time.
you did fail last time. Who knows? Maybe they'll find the secret that they need, or maybe someone will show up. There is still the secret menu item that is on the list here, and who knows? Maybe that individual knows how to navigate some of these ancient and powerful tools to our group's effect. We'd like to thank our players. We'd like to thank Kyle for joining us. He's going to go jump off as we switch our screen here. So everyone say bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle.
All right. Nope, that's not the thing. There we go. Cool. So yeah, that brings us to the end of today's game. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us. I hope you guys had a good time. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
the right word to describe what we went through. I feel like this is going to require therapy more than any.
Horrified.
I mean, Neil might be dead.
Yeah.
I think you spent
Neil himself
I think you
from
spent
the
most
trauma of
today
having his
your
bones ripped out.
bones ripped out.
I think it's just. I think that's probably just the build up from the last, maybe 6 sessions that something terrible happened.
Yeah, probably. I feel like you're right. That's probably just all of the stuff that had happened.
It's just all the pent up. I don't know what it is. Misfortune.
This is worse than the poison.
Very true.
This is worse than drinking the poison.
It was really funny though. It was really funny because in my head I was thinking are they blaming Neil's skeleton? I mean, I guess they are. Okay, well, I guess I'll beat up your skeleton. But that was really good. And I mean, look, Neil's still not dead technically speaking. So I guess we'll have to see what happens next week. See where that goes. But I'm imagining that next week. I'm actually imagining next week, however, will likely be the final episode, unless you do something catastrophically time wasting.
You're talking to us, guys. You're talking to us, so we've got 3 more sessions in the bag.
we accidentally get teleported to another part.
Go to the place, touch the thing, game over. That's kind of.
We know one of them. We know one of the places. Just use that one.
You know, it's going to take us 3 hours just to read every riddle again.
It's very true.
There's a dragon at the door. You guys know that you've got 2 minutes. Yep. Just a sec.
Just a second. Hold on. Is the dragon a vegan? Can we find out if the dragon likes to eat fruit?
Hang on, I'm gonna go talk with the dragon. You guys keep looking at the riddle.
Do I have fruit left on my shirt for when I ate the fruit babies? Yeah.
I imagine it's just like the castle's literally alive and it's literally biting at you. It's like, I'm sorry, is it the castle's turn in combat? I didn't think so. Excuse me, castle.
Magog has been turned into a flesh slime and he's just slurping on the ground, following the party.
I'm sure that.
I do this to myself, by the way. I'm very aware. Anyway, guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dennis Gamer. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you have a wonderful evening, whatever time of day it happens to be. I hope it is wonderful, joyful, and full of all the most awesome of events. If you want to catch me here, I am here most days of the week here at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. What do we got lined up? We got We got Friday. Friday's the next game that we've got. We've got both the Ruby Phoenix and the finale of our Through the Breach game. Then on Saturday we have the finale of a Strange Aeons game. And then on Sunday we have the Monkey Island one-shot adventure run by my dearest friend Myri from Orkenspalter TV. I cannot wait for that adventure because,
Ooh, nice.
and I will reveal it here because I feel like it's important.
You
I
got
will
permission?
be playing Murray
Nice.
the Skull from Monkey Island, which is like a massive like high priority bucket list kind of role
That's
that I want to play. So
awesome.
Dad,
Yes.
can you promise that you'll please rest your voice before that if you're going to be doing a Murray voice for an entire
never,
session?
never. I promise nothing.
Never.
Like,
Yes.
please.
I promise nothing.
I promise nothing. No, I will. I'll basically be practicing it between now and then. So there'll probably be a stream where I'll be playing Monkey Island as well. So we'll check those things out.
We
All
need
right,
a
guys,
game where
we are-
Murray and Human are in the same game.
We are gonna go and raid.
Okay.
Let's see who are we gonna go and raid. Let's raid Winter Tales. You know what? Winter Tales is doing the World Anvil Summer Camp at the moment, which is very, very cool, very, very awesome. In addition, they are getting ready for the launch of their brand new series as well, which we, of course, at the Delta Gamer, we're a big fan of AJ, and we want to support her. So, yeah, be sure to head over there, drop them a follow, check them out, and guys, till we meet again, thank you to all of our sponsors, Hero Forge for the wonderful art, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, and Sirenscape for the beautiful sounds. Until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone.
Bye.